Okay, welcome back to another video. So this is a new garden that I've just got. I'm doing the first visit here today. It's just a fairly small, really, front and back, lawn that I need to be cutting every 2 weeks. It's just it's just the front and back lawn I need to be cutting. I can do a stripe on it with the big roller. It's got like a longish driveway where it's got a bit of grass in the middle and a bit along a fence, a little back garden. But yeah, I can show you it. Okay, so this is the garden. So you got like a strip that goes along down by the fence. You got a bit in the middle of the driveway. This is the main front lawn. You can see that it has been cut with a roller before, but it's been a good 3 or 4 weeks since it was last done by the other company who used to do it, but haven't turned up anymore. So yeah, it's not too bad. Just sort of string around the edges and the trees and stuff. This little section here where the fence goes in a bit more. Grass cuttings will be put in, just dumping it in like the trees and stuff, what I was told. Then there's also just sort of trim this bit out, like where the sign is and stuff, and then here it just be up until where the wall is. You trim that out just so it keeps it, tidy and not looking all messy and stuff. And there's a little back garden as well where it's just 2 pieces across, but you can definitely still see the stripe from the last time, from the previous contractors who have done it, but it's just growing back after about 3 or 4 weeks since. I'll show you the back. So it's just sort of 2 pieces. You've got this piece here, a little rougher there because there must be something there at one point, like a shed or something. I think this must be sections must be newer, like seeded, because this looks newer, these bits. And then got this again. This part must have been seeded. Not obvious because I think this concrete is a bit newer. So overall, not too bad really. It's just hasn't been cut for about 3 or 4 weeks, so it's about double the length it would be normally. It just needs just getting taken back into control again, and it will just be a regular 2-week thing. And there's this bit as well. Might want trimmed just to keep it tidy, but yeah, I'll get you set up on the tripods and show you working. Maybe I'll show you unloading as well, so I can show you all the I've got in here. So this is a garden that I've just taken on, and it's going to be a fortnightly grass cut back and front. So the old contractors that this person had simply just stopped turning up and cutting it. You can still see a stripe from the last time, but she said that it's been a good 4 weeks since that was done. So this is my new strimmer that I've been using for the last week or 2. It's the Mitox 28 unit that I've had for a couple of years, but I've just got the strimmer attachment. And I mean, so far it's been pretty good. It has been quite dry weather. We've had a good 4 weeks plus of it not really raining, so the grass is starting to slow up with growth a lot now, as you'll see in certain parts of the video where it's quite brown. But so far it's been pretty good. So yeah, you can just see me just doing all the strimming first, strimming around all the edges and obstacles, which I always do first, so then all the grass is, so I don't have to get as close to edges of the mower. And I always strim anti-clockwise as well around edges and obstacles, so all the grass goes towards me and back on the lawn instead of away from the flower beds and paths and stuff. There'll still be some there, but it means that there's not as much. So yeah, you can just see me going around all the edges. Yeah, so it has been quite dry really for the last good month or so, where it hasn't been like really warm or anything, but it's just been quite hasn't really rained enough, so the ground has got a lot of cracks in. But also I do want to mention that I have only recently hit 500 subscribers on this channel, so I would like to say a very big thank you for everyone who has subscribed over the years and does stick around to watch my videos, because obviously that does help. But yeah, so enjoy this part of the video, and I'll come back when I do. So what you're seeing here is me strimming up along the fence, but I can't get too close to all that grass underneath because there is a metal like mesh grid barrier in the way, because this is just like a open field. I think might have horses and stuff in occasionally, so you're seeing me struggle at times going along with the strimmer, strimming bits and having to re-tap more line out because it is just hitting the metal. So I'm strimming as much as I can along those up the fence, but I can't get as much as I would ideally like. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing there. So this is the new mower that I've had for the last few weeks. It's a Mountfield SP555R V. So it's a 21-inch rear roller mower, and I think it's been okay so far. I mean, this is the first proper lawn that I've been able to test it on with actual growth, rather than just being brown and bone dry. So this is my first proper test, and yeah, I think it's a pretty decent mower. Like I said before in videos, when I've shown it, it's got pretty fast self-propel speed. It's got, I think, a 4-speed gearbox, and even for me, the second speed is pretty fast most of the time. 8 cutting heights, all central adjusted, so you're not having to do multiple wheels and stuff. It's 47 kilos in weight, so it's lighter than the lawn flight I used to have before, which was the 448 from 2008. It was 52 kilos, but it's still, you know, heavy enough to leave a decent stripe if you got the right grass. Handles adjust very easily. You simply just pull 2 triggers either side of the handle, and you can adjust the height, and you can also just fold it down, so not having to spend time loosening like wing nuts and stuff, which saves time getting in and out the van. But as you can see, it's doing a pretty good job so far. Not having to stop and empty the bag all the time, because it's got an 80-litre bag with that Stihl multi-clip blade on it. But yeah, you can see it's doing a pretty good job. It's got the Honda 170 on it, so it's not lacking in power, so it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, this is the new mower that I've had for the last 3 weeks, and you can just see it in action, see how it does. I'm cutting this piece of grass on setting 7, which I would like to assume is probably about 55mm. So it's short enough for this lawn because the grass is fairly thick in places, but it's not too short where it's just going brown. Something I would like to mention though is that a couple of quirks I find a little bit annoying about the mower, which isn't the end of the world, but it's just a little thing that I've noticed, is that the self-propel handle is kind of awkward to push forward and engage sometimes, because the top handle design is like a weird kind of shape. It's weird because the control handle to actually start the mower is the same shape as the main handle bit that you grip, but the self-propel handle isn't. It's kind of lopsided, so sometimes in certain areas when you're turning around, it makes it quite hard to push it forward because it's almost lopsided on one side rather than being the same. So that is one thing that I would mention. Also, another thing, probably just because it's so dry at the moment, is that when you are mowing and the mower, you know, the engine starts and stuff, the bag doesn't really seem to hold a lot of the doesn't seem to contain all the dust and like cuttings and stuff. So when you're mowing along, you have a lot of dust that starts blowing in your face from what's coming up into the bag. The I guess the seal, the rear grass flap doesn't seal it in very well to the bag. Because what I find is, as soon as I start the engine of the mower, if the grass is quite dry that I'm mowing, you'll get a lot of you'll get a cloud of dust that starts coming in your face and blows all over your body and all up the mower handle and stuff. But that is probably just because it's quite dry at the moment. But that is just one thing I wanted to mention, a couple things about it. But it's not the end of the world, it's just you know, just a couple of things I found. So since I've been driving for the last year, I've been getting more kind of jobs that I haven't been able to before, because I can go further distances now, which is nice. But I would like to get a lot more jobs like what you're seeing here, where it's like ones out in the country and bigger gardens where there's a lot of like grass cutting and other maintenance to be doing. Because now I'm getting better tools, like better mowers and strimmers and hedge trimmers and stuff, and I can drive myself places. I think it would be nice to start building up a lot more work like this, because I have 3 mowers in total. This one you're seeing here, a Bang Homeline 46, which you might have seen in certain videos from last year, and I've got a little Mountfield HP41. So I'd like to get a lot of jobs where I can really take advantage of all of these 3 different mowers. So I want bigger ones like this where I can get a big roller mower on and it's not awkward with access or anything like that. And I want a good chunk of ones where I can get the little Bang, because they're more going to be gardens that I can't get this one in because it's too small or awkward, or it doesn't make sense, it's not the right grass to stripe. And then I want little ones that I can get the little Mountfield in, because I chose that because there are certain gardens I have or do which are either really small or the access is really awkward, like it's lifting up and down a flight of stairs or going through someone's house. So I have a few where I can use that mower because the Bang would just be too awkward to get in, and obviously definitely not the roller. So yeah, I want to get a few more jobs like this, nice and easy. I'd love to get a contract as well, like a commercial one, like a block of flats or something, because I've wanted that for a few years, but it's just more where to find them. Like, how do people get in touch with you, or how do you find them? But yeah, I'm definitely building up well. I'm getting busier. It doesn't help it's been quite dry as well, so grass is starting to slow down with growth now. So not as many people will be getting in touch, but I do have people who do message asking for quotes and get new jobs booked in. But yeah, this will be a new regular, so I'll be doing this one every 2 weeks anyway, which will be good. Regular money. Yeah, so alright, so now we're in the back garden, and as you can see when I'm doing the strimming, there is this patch in the middle by the bushes. I don't know what that has been from, but I would assume there might have been like a shed or something there in the past. There is a newer bit of concrete on the path by the house I saw, which isn't brand new, but it's been there for like a year maybe. And certain parts of the grass looks like it has been seeded. So it has that like newer look to it. But yeah, I found that this section of grass was quite bumpy. More over by the fence in the back, as you can see, just in the top left corner. I found that there were a lot of little hidden holes and stuff I didn't see when I was strimming. There was a point where I almost twisted my ankle getting my foot stuck down one when I was using the mower. So I'm not entirely sure if I would use that roller mower on this section in the future, because it was quite rough and bumpy, because it's just, you know, really awkward trying to get a mower around. So I might end up using my little wee bang next time if I remember, and that is a 4-wheel 18-inch mower. So it will still leave a good enough cut and finish, but you're just not going to get a stripe, because if the grass and ground is really bumpy and uneven, there is no point anyway. Who wants to be doing a really bumpy, uneven garden with a roller mower when you're just going to be bumping up and down the entire time? It's like going off-road in a Land Rover. so we're getting nearer, closer to the part where it was quite bumpy now, just sort of beyond that drain cover and the telephone pole that you saw. Yeah, like I said before, it was quite bumpy in this area by the fence and everything. I assume because it's out in the country, maybe they have like rabbits or some sort of animal that digs little holes. So, and with the grass being a bit long, you can't really see that those holes exist until you actually get there with the mower. So there were parts where I did almost step down a hole and get my foot stuck, and the ground was just really bumpy as well. So using a mower like this was it was more awkward than good. So I definitely would prefer to use a mower like the Wee Band next time. So it still gets it cut, but it's just easier because it's a 4-wheel mower instead. You can see that corner just where I am now, by the bushes, by the fence. That is where I dump all the grass in the back. And now we're on the last square, so we're on just coming up near the end now of the grass. I did go over these 2 bits again. I didn't film, but because I filmed, I cut this on setting 7 originally, but then I thought it was still a bit too long, so I dropped it down by 1 notch just to go over it and make sure I got all the cuttings up and everything. But yeah, you can just see that this is all being finished off. Going up a bit of a slope here, but yeah, so this will be a good job to have to do every 2 weeks, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's coming to an end soon. This is my first ever voiceover, so let me know how I did, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Right, so that is this garden done about 3 hours later, a lot longer than I thought it would take. So I didn't show you this part. I showed you it before, but I haven't showed you me actually doing it. So I trimmed all this up to here, yeah, around the sign. All this part here where this gate is, I did trim. I didn't bother mowing it. And this part I did up to the brick, up to the end of the wall. Again, just went along, trimmed it all. It's a hole just there. Might be like an old tree or something at one point, but tree, but that was all. Trimmed all that and just blew it back up best I could. This is all the grass. Mowed this strip. I didn't film that part to that point. Mowed this part which you saw. Originally I did this on setting 7, but I thought it was just a little bit too long, so I took it down by 1 notch to setting 6, which is what this has been done on anyway. That's that. This is the main part of the front, the main sort of patch of grass, which I went over twice. Setting 7 I did this part. I mean, you probably could potentially take it down by 1 notch, but I think it looks fine on this because it's thicker overall, especially more up here. You don't want to look brown when you do it, and yeah, the slightly longer it is, the stronger the stripe will be. But yeah, that's this part done. You saw this being cut, went over it twice, make sure I got everything out the best I could. This little bit I just trimmed just now. I didn't film it, there's no point, I did it right at the end. And then I'll just show you the back, just the overall after. So this I trimmed down all the edges and up there and stuff. I cut originally on setting 7, but I took it down by 1 notch because I thought it was a little bit too long still. Cut it this way, as you would have seen in the video anyway. It's quite bumpy and holy over there. There's a few little holes I didn't see at first. It's not the greatest condition over there, but it's still still being cut, and you can see all the stripes. Grass dumped in there from the back, and there's all this bit I mowed again. Set 7 at first, but then it was a bit too long. Took it down by 1 notch to 6. Now this I just trimmed, or at least with this being trimmed, it means that with it being a bit shorter from the trimmer, means it won't be as long each time I do it. Again, you can see the stripe better from this side because of the sun. But yeah, that is overall this garden done, and I'll be back again in a couple of weeks, and it shouldn't be as bad. Next time it shouldn't take as long. At most half the time, I'd like to say it should take an hour maybe. So it won't be as much strimming or trimming when I do the strimming. It won't be as long. A lot of areas of the grass will be a lot shorter. Right, so that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got this far to the end. Yeah, this will be one I'll be doing every 2 weeks for 35, which won't be too bad. Yeah, so have a good one. See you in the next one. Bye.